Thank you, Andreas. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues and friends, it's a real pleasure for me to be able to add a voice of welcome to you to the 7th IHDP Open Meeting, and an honor to be able to do so on behalf of the three sponsors, the ISSC, ICSU, and the United Nations University. I extend warm greetings to you from all three organizations and convey personal apologies from Professors Deliang Chen, who's the Executive Director of ICSU, and Professor Konrad Osterwalder, Rector of the United Nations University, who are unfortunately unable to be with us today due to long-standing prior commitments. As most of you will know, the IHDP was initiated by the ISSC and launched in 1990 as the Human Dimensions of Global Environmental Change Program, or HDP. This initiative came at a time when the effects of global environmental change were becoming more visible, and concerns about the role of human societies in these processes were growing. Today, of course, the message about what is happening to our planet is loud and clear. The effects of global environmental change are inescapable and relentless. And what we're seeing are not the forces of nature, so to speak, autonomously at work. What has set them in motion, as has been mentioned, is human action. The key causes of climate change, of other global change, are primarily social, and the gravest consequences of such change will also be social. Quite clearly, then, the IHDP's research agenda is central to the challenges faced by the social sciences more generally in the years to come. And I'm happy to say that this will be more than evident at the first ever World Social Science Forum, which the ISSC is organizing and which will be held in just over 2 weeks, in just 2 weeks' time, in Bergen, Norway. The theme of the forum is One Planet, Worlds Apart. At its core are questions about addressing key contemporary challenges of global change whilst making sense of geopolitical diversities, of global inequalities and the associated vulnerabilities, and helping to preserve human diversity and culture. In 1996, ICSU became a co-sponsor of what was then the HDP. This precipitated a significantly expanded agenda, as well as a name change to the International Human Dimensions of Global Environmental Change Program, what we know today as the IHDP. ICSU and ISSC joining forces as co-sponsors of the program signaled recognition of the fact that a polarization between natural and social sciences functions only as an obstacle to addressing key social challenges of global environmental change. It accentuated the urgent need for integrated research that can produce the kind of knowledge we need to respond effectively to the complexities of global change. And by integrated research, I am not talking simply about multi or even interdisciplinary collaboration between the natural and the social sciences, but about research that in its very design, execution, and application brings together the natural and social sciences in joint endeavors. It is research in which dialogue and practical collaboration between these different fields takes on deeper, more meaningful, and complementary forms. 2 years ago, in 2007, the ISSC-ICSU partnership around IHDP was extended, with the UNU joining as the third scientific sponsor of the program. The addition of the UNU has brought much to the program, particularly in terms of opportunities for the IHDP community to link more closely with an international policy community, and if not actually driving tangible solutions to problems of global change, then at least informing the likely consequences of the policy choices made to address such problems. The program has responded to these opportunities, and through initiatives such as the Bonn Dialogues, as well as connectivity with a range of bodies such as the IPCC, Millennium Ecosystem Assessment, is working to reach out to stakeholders and decision makers, to contribute to building trust and effective communication between scientists, politicians, the media, and civil society, and so bridging the gap between science, practice, and action. On this front, allow me briefly to draw your attention to an upcoming opportunity for members of the IHDP community to engage in exactly this kind of activity and to help shape the future direction of Earth system research, namely the so-called visioning process, which ICSU will be leading. More specifically, in July, there will be an online consultation to obtain input from the wider scientific community on the Earth system research questions that, if answered, would be the most relevant to the needs of decision makers concerned with global environmental change and human well-being. You can find more information about this ongoing consultation process on ICSU's website, icsu.org. The work of the IHDP, then, is more important today than ever before, particularly as the challenges of global change compete for attention with other global crises, the economic crisis, and who knows, maybe a new global pandemic caused by the new flu virus that we've heard about so much in the last few days. This means that despite the very positive outcomes of the 2006 review of the program, as well as the outstanding strategic plan that was produced in response to that review, we have to work harder than ever at strengthening the IHDP. I believe that one of the most crucial aspects of doing this is to ensure the positive and rigorous development of IHDP research capacities across different regions of the world. Such capacities must be built at a number of levels. At the individual level, where researchers must be provided with the necessary education and professional skills to do research, but also to inform debate and advise policy. At the organizational level, where adequate infrastructure and an enriching research environment, as well as a critical mass of scholars, is needed. And at the broader research system level, where we need enabling policies and good funding arrangements for global change research. We need to respond to the challenge of Professor Maya Kramer. The IHDP has embraced capacity building as a key priority, and it must be supported to extend its existing work on delivering this basic objective. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges of global change are our common destiny. They are challenges to all human beings from all parts of the world, challenges from which there is no escape. Global environmental change imposes on us the reality of there being only one planet. When that planet is imperiled, as ours is, we cannot afford to live and work as worlds apart. We have to get our act together, and we have to do so jointly, across disciplinary and organizational boundaries, across issues and methodologies, across national and regional borders. Thanks to the work of the staff of the IHDP, to the scientific committee, and to you, the IHDP community, we have an opportunity to do exactly that in the next 4 days. And so I wish you intensive and engaging discussions. Thank you for your attention.